Hey guys, welcome back to Life Group. I just want to remind you that Easter is only 3 weeks away. And just to update you, we have enough eggs for the Easter egg hunt for the kids, but what we need now is candy. So if you could tell either Christine or Pastor Faith you have some candy, you're going to donate some candy, that would be a huge help. Speaking of candy, we have these invite cards. You should be giving these away like they're candy. Go to Starbucks, go to the grocery store, put them in a restroom. If you're at any fast food chain, give them the person that's giving you the food. Whatever you got to do to give these away. And also the people that you've been praying about, that you want to invite to this Easter Sunday service, you're going to want to invite them too. Because like I said, there's only 3 weeks left. Anyways, God bless you guys, and let's just get into this.
Nobody said it was easy. Oh, it's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would.
Okay, so as we get into this today, we find out that Solomon and his wife become the model couple. We talked about it this week, and actually the next 2 weeks as well. We're going to talk about how the relationship goes even deeper and how what they've started becomes even more of a model on how we should be living our lives. And I said this Sunday that if you didn't take anything away from the message, the one thing that I wanted you to get was that choices lead, feelings follow. So our feelings shouldn't be leading the way. Our choices should be leading the way. We talked about something that was very important. We talked about 3 different pre-fight decisions. So if we're going to fight, and we know that as couples or in relationships of any kind, that we're going to fight. We're going to disagree about some things, whether it's between a mother and a son or daughter, or a father and a parent, or whether it's at work, or whether it's in just our friendships. We know that there's going to be some fights, and so we should have some pre-fight decisions already made up beforehand. I think this is incredibly important as we're making our relationships healthy. And so here's the first question for tonight. What are some pre-fight choices that we could all make now, and how do we stick to them? Okay, so one of the pre-fight choices or pre-fight decisions that we talked about on Sunday was that I will focus on the good, not the bad. An incredibly important scripture that we brought out was found in Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Check this out. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. I think that scripture is incredibly important. I think it's amazing. Anytime you get into any situation, even like if you have that feeling at night and you just can't go to sleep and you're full of anxiety and there's situations that are stressing you out, whether it be relational or not, this scripture is one of those scriptures. And if you actually apply it, it can change your life. It can change how you view things. And it's incredibly important in our relationships that we focus on the good, not the bad. It'll help us have a healthy relationship. And so here's the second question for tonight. Why is focusing on the good so difficult to do? Okay, the last thing that we're going to talk about tonight is something that we talked about on Sunday in kind of the beginning part of the message, where we talked about there's 3 phases of a marriage. Or really, like we've said this whole series, these are 3 phases of any relationship. You can apply this to anything. The first part of the phase is the first phase is the honeymoon phase, which honey means sweet and moon means month. So it literally means sweet month, or it was good while it lasted. That's what honeymoon means. And every relationship that we're in has that phase. We know it's true, especially of a marriage relationship, where we actually go on a honeymoon. Once that phase is through and we realize that that maybe you thought you married Marilyn Monroe, but you really married Marilyn Manson, or that you thought maybe you married Prince Charming and found out he was Saddam Hussein. It becomes evident that the next phase is the disillusionment phase. What that means is that there's an illusion surrounding your relationship. You wonder why he didn't say those kind of things before you got married. You wonder why she didn't act that way before you got married. Why there was a bit of an illusion that surrounded the relationship until you really went deeper with it. This happens with every relationship. And most relationships actually don't make it past that. But the ones that do enter into typically another illusion that there is someone that's perfect. There is someone out there that there's no illusion, that they're completely perfect. And the truth is, they just don't exist. Once you get married, and once you begin that commitment with somebody, you realize that you've got to get past this disillusionment phase. And the only way to get past disillusionment is phase 3, which is the commitment phase. We've all seen people that are committed in different areas. Maybe on American Idol, you can tell when someone really commits to a song, the performance is amazing. You can tell there's just an air about it. Maybe it's a salesman when they call and they're just completely sold out to what they're selling. You know that they're completely committed to it. Maybe it's an actor you've seen completely commit to something, and the performance is just outstanding. Well, in our relationships, we need to be committed as well. And I'm not talking about necessarily maybe if there's abuse or something like that that's happening. You could still stay committed to that person, but maybe you're just committing to pray for them. Maybe you're committing to maybe do some things that might help them. So I'm not necessarily talking about abuse where you have to stay in a relationship like that. But I'm talking about the 90% of all the other relationships that we're in, that they really need a commitment that says, just like Solomon said, I fix my eyes in one location. This is what we read in chapter 6. He fixed his eyes on his chariot, which is where he had his wife. After the fight, the reconciliation happened. He put her in a chariot and paraded her through the city. He was committed. He said, my eyes are fixed on that location. He's committed to reconciliation no matter what the cost. And to have a good, healthy relationship that we want to live on and to be healthy and incredible and to get the most out of it, we've got to be committed. So here's the last question. Really, it's not a question. It's more of kind of a discussion. All right, check this out. I want you to discuss unconditional commitment versus conditional commitment. Unconditional commitment versus conditional commitment.